morning, everybody. Today we are going to start the chapter The Cold War Era. See the book? The very first chapter of this book is The Cold War Era. You can see the time span 1947 to 1991. Now, do this year remind you of anything, like what could be the background of Cold War? Today in this class, I will introduce the concept of Cold War, why the war is termed as cold, and who are involved in the Cold War. Before knowing what is Cold War, you need to know what is the background of Cold War. You can see in the board, now the parties involved in Cold War is USA, that is United States of America, and Soviet Union. I have also write USSR. You will be knowing the term later on, that is Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. Now these two countries are involved in the Cold War, which starts from 1947 to 1990. Starts from 1947, continues till 1991. Now the year, what is the relevance of the year? 1947. See this card. The Second World War ends in 1945. Means that immediately after the end of the Second World War, the Cold War era started. The Cold War era started after the Second World War. Now you know about who are Allied and Axis power in the Second World War. You can see on the board, in the Allied power there were USA, Soviet Union, Britain and France, whereas in the Axis power there was Italy, Germany and Japan. You all know who lost in the Second World War. The Axis. The Axis lost and the Allied won. It was the winner of the Second World War, where United States, Soviet Union, Britain and France were together. Now, it will come to your mind, like when these two powers are in a power group, then why they come to the war, the Cold War era? How they have become opponent in the Cold War era. Now, let me tell you about the end of the Second World War. You all know that the Second World War ends with the dropping of bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Now tell me, do you know the name of the bombs? In Hiroshima, it was Little Boy, and in Nagasaki, it was Fat Man. These two bombs were dropped in these two cities of Japan, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, to end the war. The USA said that it is necessary to end the Second World War. But critics point out that actually United States want to stop the spread of communism in Asia, so that Soviet Union cannot have any gains, political or military gains in Asia. They want to stop the spread of communism. That's why they abruptly ended the war by dropping bombs in these two cities. You know about the devastation. Let me tell you the capacity of these bombs. The capacity of these bombs were 15 and 21 kilotons, and it resulted in loss of thousands lives, and later even the after effect is felt for many more years. So the war ended with this dropping of two bombs in this two Japanese city. Now here USA wants to prove that they are most powerful. To whom they want to prove? They want to prove to another powerful country, the Soviet Union. They want to prove that they are more powerful. That's why they did it like this. And the second thing is that Soviet Union and USA are also opposed, where also they also had some difference in their ideology. Like USA, being a capitalist country, it supported a liberal democracy, whereas Soviet Union is a communist country, and they don't have democracy. They have one party rule, that the rule of the Communist Party there. Actually, both of them want to prove which one is the best way to organize the economic, political and social life of their country. Because not only are showing off of military power, but also winning the battle of ideology. Okay, so immediately after the end of the Second World War, the era of tension started. Now, why this is termed as Cold War? Because it had never turned to be the World War III or a hot war that we know to be a war is likely to be. It is a phase of tension between these two power blocks, and it was such a tense situation that any time a war may broke out, but the war never happened. That is why it is termed as Cold War. Now I'll give you another reason why the war never took place. The reason is the logic of deterrence. Now what is this logic of deterrence? Recollect, I told you that the weight of the nuclear weapon, they have used it during the Second World War. The capacity was 15 and 21 kilograms. Now after 1950, they had developed thermonuclear weapons whose capacity is more than 10 to 15,000 kilograms. So they are having these deadly weapons in their possession. Now both the sides are aware that if the other side applies any such weapon on them, they will be destructed, and again the side which is using this weapon, they know it. If they are counter-attacked, they will be also destructed. So this is the idea of logic of deterrence. Means they stockpiled arms and ammunition, but they never dared to use it. Why? Because both the sides were aware of the destruction which can be caused by the use of such deadly weapons. They stockpile weapons. They are ready. They are full ready for the war, but the war actually never happens. And in 1991, what happened? You will be reading in chapter 2 that the Soviet Union or USSR disintegrates and the Cold War tension pacifies. Okay, so this is the first class on Cold War. In the next video, I will be talking about creation of two power blocks. Doctor,